Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to day 1885 in a row of the MarkinsPires show.
Let's hammer on
another way. It is a rainy morning here in Connecticut. I'm not sure where you are, so make sure you pop in the screen where you are tuning in from. Welcome TikTok, welcome Rumble, welcome YouTube, Facebook, DLive, Twitch, Twitter, wherever the heck else we are. X, I guess that's what they call it instead of Twitter these days, but it still looks like Twitter most places when you try to connect it. Anyway, I hope you're doing well, and we are here to do the comedy news. Now, what does that entail? Essentially, what we do is scroll the news together here, and you guys can see the stories. All you have to do is comment, tell me what you think of them. We try to stay away from the political stuff. We try to stay away from anything that's going to be too controversial because, well, I think it's better if we could talk about things and laugh about things we could all connect on and all laugh at. So that's my goal here. This show is sponsored by The Beat Seat. The Beat Seat is the only drum in the world for guitar players. It is the only drum in the world that you could play with your entire body, with your hands and your feet at the same time. So pick one up at beatseat.rocks. Also, if you know anybody with autism, anybody with a special need of any kind, let them know about the Beat Seat. It's an extremely powerful sensory therapy drum. So check it out, beatseat.rocks. Harvey in the house. I got main girl here. Sid, we're doing it. I'm going to see on TikTok. We got some family and friends starting to show off with us. Who's here with me? Is Slipbot, how are you, my friend? And Jeepster doing it. Hope you guys will kick it with us on Rumble. Even YouTube. I mean, look, the YouTube channel is now demonetized. So this basically means that what we've feared for 5 years is true. They've always categorized my platform as harmful to their viewers, which is why we've never seen people join me when I'm live for 5 years in a row every day. We've never seen new people find my content because I've always been considered harmful. I have to laugh at that because it's the Twilight Zone description of this show. This show's here for us to connect. This show's here for us to have a laugh in a very, very depressing and negative world. This show is here to get into some real original music live in the moment every single day. So it is the antithesis of harmful. It is the complete opposite of harmful. So we are where we are. The question is, do we stay where we are, where we know we're not wanted? Or do we go someplace where we potentially are wanted? So Rumble, welcome. I'm gonna click on the screen real quick and see if there's anybody on Rumble here with us yet. Let's see, are we live? Trying to see if I can get this to work over here. Let's check out Rumble. Why isn't it live? Did I not put it into the system? You know, if I didn't put it into the system, that's very interesting. Zabrowski.
something to live for.
Let's see if it's on. It's unable to connect. Zabrosk, I didn't connect Rumble before the show started. So we're here telling everybody to go to Rumble, and we're not even live on Rumble right now. Unbelievable. Is there any way I can adjust it? Usually you could go in there and adjust it. It's not letting me because I'm live. Unreal. Also, Restream needs to be connected again. How about that? Oh, goodness. That's for Twitch. Let's see. We're just going to pop on that as well, see if that even works. I tried to log in early. Oops, we've encountered a problem. We sure have. We're live on YouTube only today. We're not live on Rumble, unfortunately. So I guess we're going to have to change the title. Let's do that real quick right now, because it makes no sense to send everybody to Rumble when we're not live on Rumble. You know? How about this? Where should the new home let's see. We'll do it this way. This way, at least it makes somewhat sense. We're here, we're doing the show here. We're not sending people over to Rumble right now, okay? There we go. Change the title. We're good. So how are you guys doing out there? Hilly Billy in the house. Good to see you. Harmful. Yeah, try not to laugh. I know, tell me about it, Maine. So let's see if we can talk about what's happening in the world today. That's what we do. I get these spam calls every single day from these people. Oh, I'm double-deckering. I am double-deckering right now. There we go. What news stories do we have today, Joanne? Anything interesting? I did see a few stories that I thought were kind of crazy. Let's see if we can get into them. Back to the top of the page. Let me get them on here. If you guys want to see these stories, head over to the... No, you can't. Head over to YouTube and join us over there. Link is in the bio. I have been live for 1,885 days in a row today. Very excited about that. And we are live news read coming. If you don't know anything about what we're about to do, basically we're just going to kind of check out what's happening in the news, check out what's happening in the world, maybe commentate a little bit. Perhaps a couple celebrity impressions will find their way to the surface today. Who knows? However, I don't know what we're going to talk about yet. So, first-class traveler's seatmate throws tantrum when he refuses to switch with her husband who was sitting in coach. Unfreaking real. This is the entitlement we're talking about, 2024 insanity. Let's just read the story because this sounds as stupid as it sounds. First-class traveler's seatmate throws tantrum when he refuses to switch with her husband. You don't want to leave first class and go sit in coach where my husband's sitting next to that disgusting pig who didn't shower for 4 days? How dare you? Let's read about it. Give up first class in this economy? Another day, another traveler treating flights like a game of musical chairs in the sky. This time, the woman was labeled entitled on social media after allegedly asking a fellow business class passenger to swap seats with her cheap husband who sat in the back in the economy class. They didn't want to pay for the second ticket. She wanted to strong arm this guy into a move, you know? Look, buddy, you're gonna move, all right? That's my husband's seat. He's gonna put his disgusting grime all over it, all right? So get up and go. An anonymous post detailing her alleged switcheroo. They used my roo, dude. That's why I use it on everything, right? You guys know that. Tootaroo. I like it when people use it, Joanne, I just have to say. Joanne, I'm sorry. I can't hear you over the wheeze. Gosh almighty, Joanne. You know, Joanne, when we're here doing the news... Are you done? Joanne, are you done? Right. Let's see what John Mayer's doing over here in the passenger seat. I'm still bewildered that someone would think this makes any sense at all. The original poster described while detailing the incident, which occurred aboard a flight from Toronto to Vancouver via an unspecified airline. The unidentified solo traveler said he was seated in business in the two-seat. They have like this pod configuration, if you guys haven't seen the way Toronto Air does it. And they were on a Boeing 787. However, his dreams of a relaxing flight crashed and burned after his female neighbor asked him to switch seats with her sweaty, disgusting pig of a husband. I'm sorry. He's probably in great shape and wasn't sweating and disgusting like a pig. But he could have been, and that just makes it funnier, I think. I don't know. Assuming he was seated elsewhere in business class, the male passenger initially obliged, at which point the lady nonchalantly revealed he's back in 18C. He's back there with the chattel. They put him back there with like the pets. You're going back there with the pets. You got to actually pet, there's like a Shih Tzu back there that it's needing petting. And they need you to be the guy. Yeah? Because my husband can't anymore. He has an allergy to Shih Tzus. He also smells like, I don't know. We're not going to, that is subjective, some say. I had a nasal surgery, so I don't have to smell him anymore. That's how far we went with it. But you tell me when you pass by him on the way to seat 18C. I mean, come on, buddy, let's go. I'm sorry, what? You don't want to go sit in the chattel section? You know, let's see where this goes, guys. Oh, goodness. He subsequently declined the proposal. I'm sorry, ma'am. I won't be sitting in the chattel section, petting the Shih Tzu. Tell your husband to deal that he should have brought some of that medicine. You know, he should have known he's going to be in the chattel section. You guys booked the flight. I booked this seat right here. This is my seat. But you said you would. He's already heading this way. Oh my goodness. The old Indian giver routine.
You said you'd give it, and now you're taking it. You're an Indian giver.
What does that even mean anyway? It's racist. I don't think so. I don't think so. We said it all of our lives. It doesn't all of a sudden become racist just because it's a thing you say. Maybe it does. I don't know. I just don't think it's a big deal. What does it even mean? I guess when we took their land, maybe they said that we could have it, and then they took it back. They started to fight us for it. I don't know. But it's saying, what about an Indian burn? Are we allowed to say that anymore? I got an Indian burn. Uh-oh. No, you're supposed to say you got a, rubbed your arm on the ground burn on the carpet. You got a carpet burn. We changed the names to be politically correct. Guys, we're doing that here with pronouns too. The they Indian burn. You guys were doing it. Everybody was on it, right? I mean, I think so. Could have been, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, when we get into the stories, guys. The bozo doubled down on our position. Oh, wait, hold on. I missed a little bit here. We got to scroll back just a touch. Needless to say, the OP was flabbergasted and proposed downgrade. Yeah, I'd be flabbergasted too. You can't seriously expect me to swap my pod, which is here. I'm in my own single pod where I got room between me and you. I don't have to smell that little bit of stench you still have on you from your husband. I'm here, you're there. And you want me to get rid of my pod to go sit in there with like meat package center? You know what I'm saying? He even scanned the plane to see if he was being recorded for a YouTube prank. However, the bozo doubled down in her position. She argued that there was a big difference between his seat and her husband's, which was a bulkhead row and had plenty of legroom. Oh my goodness. As it turned out, the passenger and her husband had been seated in 18B and 18C, but for some reason, she'd been offered a free upgrade to business class. Oh my goodness. Listen to this. Guys, are we kidding in this one? As it turned out, the passenger, this lady, and her husband had been seated in 18B and C already. They were there in 18B and C. And she was offered a free upgrade to business class. That's why it wasn't that he bought the cheap ticket. They both bought a cheap ticket. I'm not saying that they're nothing cheap in 2024, but I'm saying she bought the economy class ticket with him, 18B and C. And then she's trying to kick the guy out who spent $1,500 on his ticket.
You said you'd move.
You got legroom. You get the freaking hell out of here, lady. We offer you a free upgrade. We want it back. We're doing an Indian give. What? I'm sorry? You're not good, okay with that term? We're here at Spirit Airlines. You know? Oh my goodness. Who's here with me? Heidi, how are you? Thanks so much for kicking it with me here on TikTok. I hope you'll kick it with us on YouTube in the chat. The link is in the bio. It looks better. Anyway, you can see these news stories as I scroll through them. And I appreciate you allowing me to read the comedy news for you, which is what we're attempting to do here on a daily, every morning at 9 a.m. Oh my goodness. That's what, oh wait, okay. The original passenger. Okay, that's what op means. I'm getting it now. That's when the original passenger floated the seemingly obvious solution. He proposed she swap with a stranger in 18C, who he surmised would love to sit up here. Take your old seat back and you two can sit together, he proposed. He even said if she were able to find a business class passenger to switch with her husband, he'd move to any other pod so they could sit together. However, the woman didn't want to compromise, allegedly declaring, "But we both want to sit together up here in your seat that you paid for and I got given for free." They were just like, "Here, you want a free upgrade? I got the free upgrade. You get the freaking hell out of here, sir." The saga reportedly ended with the air barbarian catapulting and sitting in her business class seat with a huff.
Tommy, are you back there?
They had to boot her immediately. She's trying to yell back into coach. You don't do that. That's why they put the divider. Everybody's like, what's that divider for? You know, you can't even see. You're not welcome in the front, okay? But if you try to yell through the divider, you get booted. They take away your business class seat. They send you back to 18Z. Okay, needless to say, the commenters were appalled by the woman's sense of entitlement. I actually want to physically fight her for this, exclaimed one defender. While another wrote, this woman is a classless idiot. Her behavior makes her classless, and she expected you to do it, making her an idiot. Some even joked that her husband was glad the original passenger refused so he wouldn't have to sit near his wife. Yeah, no, honey, good. You go take that free upgrade. I'm good over here with the smelly pig. I'm doing it. We're having chips together. I'm sorry? Oh, so, no, he just smells like chips. There was no chips. I thought we had chips. It smelled like chips. I thought we were getting chips. You didn't have any chips? No, it's just his feet, sweetie. Just go on up to the front. You have a good time. Read your Elle magazine. All right? I'm going to hang out back here with Curtis. Oh, Curtis, can I have that one? He did have a chip, sweetie. It's on his shirt. Yeah, I'm eating the extras. You know, I mean, I'll do that because I don't want to be near her when she's like this, you know.
I ain't gonna.
She did the huff and the puff. EP's husband is fully aware she's an idiot and wanted to enjoy his flight. There we go, quipped one commentator. So there we go. Oh, look at this. Sopranos star says she paid off her house after just 5 minutes on OnlyFans. Do you guys remember Drea? Drea De Matteo is the latest celebrity to turn her to OnlyFans to make a quick and easy buck. The 52-year-old now credits the subscription-based content creator platform with helping her pay off her house. Freaking A, are you kidding me? Maybe I should do OnlyFans. Just kidding. She says OnlyFans saved her life. The mother of two exclaims that she only had $10 in her bank account before she decided to give the service a try. What in the hell? She was on Sopranos. This is what scares me most about this life we live. You see these people who are like larger than life. They're on the big screen. $10 in her bank account, guys. Wow. So she decided to give the service a try after her refusal to get bugabooed for the CV left her out of work. Well, does it sound familiar? Further complicating her financial situation, De Matteo says she ran out of money to care for a parent with dementia. This is a freaking heartbreaking story. It saved us. OnlyFans saved my life 100%. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it really did save us. She told the Daily Mail in an exclusive email this week, anybody that wants to condemn me and put me down, go for it. I just hope you never find yourself in the position I was in to take care of 2 little kids. De Matteo shares a son and daughter with her former partner, musician Shooter Jenkins. Wow. They put me into foreclosure and my house had flooded. Gosh, this story is like ridiculous. You could make a movie out of this. So I was trying to sell the house quickly before they took it. She continued, and at the same time I lost my mom, and my other mom, who has dementia, had run out of money for her caregiver. I didn't know which way was up. Uploading racy photos to OnlyFans was an idea that took De Matteo some getting used to. But once she took the plunge, it didn't take long for her to see the money come rolling in. I just kept putting up more pictures, and I was like, holy, in 5 minutes I was able to pay back the real estate company who kept the sale of my house. De Matteo says she's found a new sense of empowerment from the platform on top of the financial windfall she's received. It feels good to see those photos. They might be touched up here and there, but the truth is they videotape me going live when we do the photo shoot so fans can see the photo shoot happening in real time. Tattoo over there. Wow, she's 52. She looks great for 52. Right? 44,000 likes. I guess that's a real platform over there. De Matteo it's not worth noting, it also spent about hold on a second. De Matteo, it's worth noting, has spent the last few years going through a self-described political awakening that has seen her push anti-bugaboo conspiracy theories. They are not conspiracy theories. It's just conspiracies at this point, among other dubious information. So that's why she had to turn to OnlyFans in order to make a buck. And I have to say, that is the disgusting part of the world we live in today, that this talented actress couldn't find work anymore just because she had an opinion on something that was forced, that was totally wrong, by the way. I think at this point I'm demonetized. Go fuck yourself, YouTube. It was totally wrong. There was absolutely no basis for everything that we were put through, closing down the entire world, forcing you to get 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are you on now? Like, what are we talking about? I'm still freaking sitting here since day one saying, go F yourself. I've been live 1,885 days in a row. That'll tell you something. So my reality is pretty simple here. She, me, everybody, we all get destroyed when you speak out against the man. When I wrote the line in the song, and I know that the man can get you down sometimes, and I don't know if we could be free, but free fly with me. Free fall away like a dream. We love the ones we miss the most. I wrote that in 1999. It's called The Best for You and Me. And then the next the pivotal line in the entire song is at the very end when I say, and I know I'm going to miss this place when it's gone. And we're standing right here. That's where we are. I miss the place. I miss everything. And I'm standing right here. Think about that for a second. And I know I'm going to miss this place when it's gone. And we're standing right here. That's our society as a whole. That's the world as a whole. The last 10 years. Destruction of humanity, destruction of the United States way of life, which is prosper and do good on each other and to lift each other up. This entire hatred and division that we're living through is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. That's why I try to put on a show here of positivity that's talking about funny stories, because I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. I miss the place that I was, and I'm still standing there. It's gone though, everything. It's all gone. All the stuff I loved, everything that was great about the world is gone. And not everything, but a lot of it. I can't even do a show. I have to specifically do certain things in order to not trigger people. And I'm putting on a show that's like a half of what I really want it to be. I want to be the show I used to be, which I say anything I want to say. And if you don't like it, maybe that's why they didn't come back, but if you don't like it, you don't like it. But the reality is I have to do this other thing. It's the only way it works. And the reason why it's the only way that works is because nobody wants to hear me complain either. Nobody wants to hear complainers. So I don't want to complain. I do want to point out, though, that like everything we see is just like Twilight Zone, Truman Show. It just reeks of something bigger than us. And so I'll keep doing this. I'm just going to keep showing up, keep it as clean and optimistic and comedic as possible. Music will be flowing every single day like it does. And I'll do my best to not let the reality of the situation, being demonetized, finding my every piece of content, no matter what platform I put it on, doesn't get views. So it's like I'm considered harmful on every platform, guys. That's the reality. Like, I don't know. I have to change my name. I have to do something because I am considered harmful. Because I don't even know. I don't know what I've ever said that is so harmful. It's speaking your heart should never be considered harmful. It should be considered passion. And it should be considered something you either listen to and enjoy and you move on from, or you learn something from it, or you don't. But it's not harmful. This is ridiculous language even. Like, oh my goodness, your positivity movement is going to harm people. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Fired new Rochelle detective who punched unarmed black man, sues city to be reinstated. Former New Rochelle detective Michael Vaccaro has sued the city over its decision to fire him following an off-duty encounter where he punched an unarmed black man. Vaccaro was let go from the police department in September by Commissioner Robert Gonzalez. Acting on decision from a civil hearing, they recommended his ouster. And in 2021, Vaccaro, while off-duty, observed Malik Fogg at a gas station apparently having a dispute with a third party, reportedly to be his mother. Vaccaro took out his phone to record the incident, which he claims angered Fogg. As Vaccaro drove off, he says Fogg pursued him, which led to their confrontation. A uniformed officer separated Fogg from Vaccaro, but Vaccaro continued to follow them as they proceeded down the sidewalk. Vaccaro then repeatedly punched Fogg in the head, 1-2 Magoo style. Mike Tyson coming out, left hook, uppercut. Another uniformed officer joined the scene and pointed his taser at Fogg. Guys, harmful language here. Just be careful. All right, taser, Fogg. Vaccaro was charged by the Westchester County District Attorney with attempted assault in the 3rd degree, though he was acquitted of the charges at trial. Nevertheless, the civil hearing overseeing Vaccaro's disciplinary case found that he engaged in misconduct by throwing punches at Fogg, the 1-2, uppercut deal. A disciplinary case involves violations of the departmental policies and uses a different standard of proof than a criminal case. I mean, I'm really not going to read the rest of this guy, but he's going to sue this? Like, dude, don't punch people. You're a cop. You're a cop, right? Does anybody else agree? He's a cop. The man was unarmed. Hilly Billy, yeah, I guess he could have punched back. Malik could have done, throw him the fog punch, we call it. The fog punch is when you come up with this and you give someone the double decker, like you go right into the belly. It's like, I blocked the face punch, but you didn't get the belly punch. And when you go down like that, uppercut, Mike Tyson, Sometimes when you're in it and you're like heavyweight champion on the other side of the ring looking at you, and you got to somehow duck and move. Stick and move, too. You're ducking and moving, you're sticking and moving. You don't want to get hit by Tyson. They say it's like getting hit by a Mack truck. That's what they actually said. It's funny, when I was a kid, they used to say, and this is another weird thing, because I remember we did this. They said, if getting hit by Mike Tyson is like spinning around 23 times, and then trying to see where you are. And we did this, we were like 9 years old, and we were all like spinning 23 times. I fell, and I was like, I get it. I didn't get the punch in the face feeling, which is much worse. But I did get that feeling, I understand. Now you're like dazed, See people like wandering around, falling over on this, you're like, what's wrong with that guy? Got punched by Tyson. Don Lemonhead. Billowing smoke engulfs Texas as wildfires intensify. Look at that. Whoa, unreal. Let's see, Bling Bling Bishop. What do we got here? Lamar Whitehead, the Bling Bling Bishop. His fraud trial starts as feds say he swindled parishioners. I love these stories. This guy looks exactly like Horace Grant. Did you win like the three-peat with the Bulls, six in a row? What did you do? Horace Grant style right there. Brooklyn's Bling Bishop, Lamar Whitehead, abused his parishioners' trust and lied about having the key to the city. From his pal mayor, Eric Adams, to pad his wallet with stolen cash and his closet with Louis Vuitton. Federal prosecutors alleged Monday in their opening statements, guys, during this trial, you'll learn that the defendant was trusted by many in his community. He was the bishop of a small town in Brooklyn and self-described businessman. I don't know if that's the way this is a New York trial here. So I think it'd be more like, during this trial, you're going to learn that this defendant was trusted by many in this community. He was the bishop of this small church in Brooklyn. All right? And a self-described businessman. This guy, he was a friend to Mayor Rick Adams. They were doing the paddle tennis and pickleball. That was Assistant General Jessica Greenwood who said that. Dead on, by the way. If you go and watch the YouTube of her saying that, it's exactly what she sounds like. With the tone, too. She transitioned. The defendant abused the trust by lying again and again. He lied about how much money he had. He lied about his business plans, and he lied about having influence with powerful people. All with the goal of getting money and property to fund his extravagant lifestyle. Louis Vuitton, guys, he's wearing it. while he's out there. He's the bling bling bishop. Whitehead, 47, is accused of wire fraud, extortion, and related offenses in a December 2022 case. Carrying a potential decades-long sentence, he pleaded not guilty to all charges. Greenwood told jurors they'd hear witness testimony regarding Whitehead and see documents laying to 3 separate schemes targeting an elderly single mother of one of Whitehead's parishioners, a money-lending company, and a Bronx businessman. Dick Fauci. Hold on a minute. Sonny! Sonny! You still here? You got the cough? Sonny, where's that Pastor Whitehead? He still owes me the vig. I'm here at my table. I'm at my table. You're over there with the cough. Sonny, give him a call. You tell Whitehead, get over here with my vig. It ain't right. What's that? Oh, thank you, Gino. Express. Gino, I got my express. Where's the biscotte? I need a biscotte to dipperoo in the express. Sonny, Gino, he brought me express to bring me the biscotte. What? You know, I know, Sonny. Sonny, I can't hear you through the cough cup. Maybe put the cough cup down. And then we have a conversation about Whitehead. You know he still owes me the vig. Oh, thank you, Gino. For the biscotti, I'm gonna dip a biscotte into my espresso. What? Drip dry. Sonny! Right, Sonny? Oh, goodness. Guys, when you're doing it, you're doing it. That's one of my original characters. His name is Dick Fauci. And yes, that biscotte and espresso was delicious. A little better than my coffee. You know, this is just a regular coffee, you know, beans, you know, you do the bean and grind deal, you got the coffee. But that was an espresso from Italy. Squeezed from the beans of an Italian roaster. They're in Sicily. I'm in Italy again. You guys ever heard that song? That's freaking crazy. I wrote a song as Dick Fauci. Two, actually. How Dare You song and I'm in Italy again, which is called the El Facciarato. El Facciarato could be one of the funniest music songs ever created. Fauci raps. I'm in Italy again. Hold on, oh mama. Oh, goodness. It's about 18 minutes long, though. It should have been 5 minutes. I should have cut it and just put the best in. But there's a lot of good stuff, so whatever. Anyway, guys, the defendant convinced this woman who had spent a career working as a nurse to give him $90,000 of her life savings. Gosh almighty! He promised to use the money to buy a fixer-upper that he would renovate for her and live in. And she believed the defendant, a man who, by the time he became a mentor and spiritual advisor to her son. Greenwood alleged Whitehead instead spent the cash on himself, including splurging on designer clothing and a BMW payment. The victim never got her the house, and she never got her money back. In the second scheme, Greenwood alleged Whitehead drew up fake bank documents to get a $250,000 loan, purporting to show that he had millions in a company account that had less than $6. Guys, it's $6 in there. Whitehead, he's a man of God, you know? When Bling Bling Pastor Willie Whitehead, what's his name again? Was it Willie? Lamar Whitehead, the Bling Bishop. Oh, goodness. The third scheme, Greenwood alleged that he saw the headline-grabbing pastor threaten the owner of an auto body shop in Bronx, Brandon Belmonte. You don't know Brandon? He's a good guy. Attempting to extort him for $5,000 after a repair job. The prosecutor said he further lied to Belmonte and an attempt to get his name on a $500,000 real estate deal, promising favors to Mayor Adams in exchange that could make them millions. But it was all lies. All lies. Although the mayor was a friend and a mentor to the defendant had never gotten official favors from the mayor. The defendant made the other stuff up to try to get even more money he wasn't entitled to, Greenwood said. Whitehead's attorney, Don Florio, asked jurors to reserve judgment until they'd seen all the evidence. She, the swindled parishioner, had been screwed over by her son, not Whitehead. Oh. I did not expect that there would be any credible evidence, Florio said. What would Lamar Whitehead get out of buying for a house for her? You know, like, why would he buy her a house? The trial continues Tuesday. I do have to say, like, why would is he a real estate agent? Hold on, let me see if I caught that. Number two, he's $90,000. Where are we? Yeah, okay. She gave $90,000. He promised to use the money to buy a fixer-upper home that would renovate for her to live in. Why would he do that? He's not a realtor, and he's not a real estate broker, and he's not a contractor. Like, what are we talking about here? That's on you, lady. Oh, sure. Here you go, pastor. I know you got the hammer out during the day. You're going there to do some renovations. You're a plumber, too, Pastor Whitehead? Guys, when Pastor Bling Bling Whitehead, my freaking Elgato, I pushed that thing 7 times. Are you going to come back on, Elgato? Elgato. What is going on with Elgato these days? Are we seriously not having a signal? Like, what is happening? What in the freaking heck? All right, what is going on here with my camera? This is so weird. Come on, dude, are you kidding me? I don't know why my camera's not working all of a sudden. So, what the hell do we do? I guess the only thing I could do is bring this camera. All right, I guess this is what we're doing for the rest of this, whatever the hell this is. Let me see. Very interesting. My camera just shot out. Like, I don't even know why. That is very, very discouraging. Oh, goodness. Right in the middle of the feed. Right in the middle of it all. Nope, that didn't work either. No. Come on. This is really weird. Why is my camera not working, guys? This is like a real issue, especially because all this stuff's going down. Like, I can't go buy a new freaking camera. What the hell? What in the freaking heck? This is so weird. I pushed the button 98 times. Nothing's working. Is that doing anything? Nope. I don't know what to say, guys. I got no freaking camera right now. Nothing. I guess we're doing voiceover work today. We're doing voiceover work. Unreal. Yeah, I don't know why, but my camera stopped working. Let me try something else. I'm going to try to put a battery in and see if that does anything. Let's see. I hope this is not a broken camera. Like, that would really be upsetting to me. It's like a new camera. All right, let's see. All right, that worked. Okay, so there's something wrong with the power cable, I guess. Don't know why the hell that just went bad for no reason at all. Everything has gone totally crazy today, totally wrong. We're not on Rumble. I was trying to go live on Rumble and tell everybody to go to Rumble. My camera just died for no reason at all. And Yeah, we're demonetized now. So it's like all these weird things are going on. But I would say, no, yeah, maybe, I don't know what, it's actually it's like a power adapter that I use, so I don't have to use batteries for my camera. And you plug it right in. It could have perhaps gone bad, which I've never seen before, but you never know. I mean, this is it. It's kind of attached to a wire. It's the same size as my battery. It's actually a little warm though. Anyway. It could be the Elgato. Yeah, the Elgato is basically the way you could take a digital camera, like a really nice HD Canon camera or a Nikon, and run it into your computer to have a awesome camera instead of just like a, you know, a digital computer HD camera, like a webcam. I started the show at the very beginning. I was using webcams, and from there we graduated to this at some point, which it's not. Graduated to this at some point, was just my camera for about maybe a year and a half, until I graduated to the Canon R6 Mark II. And as a guy who does a lot of comedy and a lot of live music and in the moment creation, I've always been, I guess I would say, focused on the quality since the beginning of this experience of playing music. My first guitar I bought was this beater red guitar. It was the only one I could afford at the time. It's somewhere in the studio here. And it was a crap guitar. It was a terrible guitar. But you know what? I learned on that guitar, and then I spent money on a really nice guitar. I got my first Gibson guitar, which is over there. And I realized in that moment, I'm like, look, you could buy things 50 times, and you will when you buy garbage, or you could buy it once. And you can go and you can get the best of the best and make sure you have the optimal quality and the sound you want. And so I started saving up and doing things. So I would save up and then get it. This small camera to me was actually a great investment, because I thought this was all I needed to do like vlog work and to go out there and do a show. But I realized I used to have like a Canon 5D Mark III as a photographer, and then I sold all that stuff because I stopped taking a lot of photographs. And I said, you know what? I think I need a camera like that, but that's focused solely on video. And this one was designed to be with a focus on cinema. And so that's why I really liked that. And I wanted to make sure I give you guys the best quality possible every time I broadcast. I do have to say, even though I did that, now the phone camera that you get on Apple, like if I go and I broadcast live on Apple with my phone, it's pretty freaking good, guys. Like the depth of field is the only difference you get from my camera. It's a really good depth of field. It's also kind of washed away because I'm on a green screen, so you really don't get the full depth of field from my good camera. But I do think it's probably the best quality it's ever been. And so when I see the thing not working, I'm like, oh no, it's a freaking investment. These are investments when you get these things, because like I said, I can go out and buy another one of those. But when you get something like this, you want to make sure you protect it. So let's see, is there anything else we could talk about quickly? What to know about lithium-ion batteries, which caused Friday's deadly Harlem fire. See Bill Nye's warning about Doomsday Glacier. 2021? No thanks. Just freaking 3 years ago. We're talking to that guy now. He says it's a closed system, by the way. New York's Bling Bishop, he's asked God to take vengeance on victim's son. Witness testifies. Man robbed and punched on the F train. I'll tell you, this is look, guys, we're trying to scroll and find comedy news. Tell me, like, what here is funny? What here is funny? Wendy Williams is dealing with a terrible situation. She's got frontal lobe aphasia, I believe it's called. I don't know. It's so sad to see all this stuff happening. The world is so toxic. Everybody's getting sick. It's friggin' messed up. Toms River, it's where I grew up. Toms River kidnapping suspect, a non-citizen. ICE places detainer against release. Kidnapping suspect Luis Monarcanturez of Englewood has an immigration detainer against him, meaning he has been deemed removable. Thomas Kingston has died at 45. Buckingham Palace. What's this? That's a young dude. That's my age. Thomas Kingston has passed away at 45. Buckingham Palace just announced in a statement on behalf of Lady Gabriella Kingston. Martin and Jill Kingston, Joanna Connolly, and Emma Murray, the palace shared. It was the deepest sorrow that we announced the death of Thomas Kingston, our beloved husband, son, and brother. Tom was an exceptional man who lit up the lives of all who knew him. His death has come as a great shock to the whole family, and we ask for privacy as we mourn his passing. Kingston was found in Gloucester on Sunday evening. Emergency services were called to the scene, where he was pronounced dead. An inquest will be held, but there are no suspicious circumstances. It's also understood that Prince William's absence from King Constantine's memorial service today was unconnected to the news of Kingston's passing. 45, you guys don't want to say, like, what happened? Maybe he was fond of the bugaboo. You never know. We did this one yesterday. Squatter set up a Hollywood Hills home. That was pretty funny. I got to go in there. I got to pull that piece and drop something for you guys. Smoke spews from Mexico's Popocatépetl volcano. We got a volcano sighting. Let's watch it. There it is. We don't have any audio? Like, what are we doing over here? No audio? I guess not. Let's go put this in there. Look at that spewing volcano. YouTube. You gotta head over there, my friend. Elsie. Elsie, how are you, Elsie? Join us over on YouTube. So, guys, oh, here we go. Little audio. Look at that plume. Thing's just sitting there. It's so crazy. I'll tell you, so much going on in the world today. It's really, really scary. I think we got enough. Clark sets scoring record in the best way. Caitlin Clark, go big or go home, crew winds. Caitlin Clark setting the Division I women's scoring record with Zora Megan reflecting. Let's see. She shot it from like deep. Oh, I got to see that. Hold on, that was nasty. This girl's awesome.
Recovered by Gabby Marshall. Here comes Clark. How will she go for history?
What? What? So she knows. She knows her next points. She gets the record. Most points in history, and this is what she does. I gotta see that again. That was insane. Steph Curry, I heard this before.
Recovered by Gabby Marshall. Here comes Clark. How will she go for history?
What in the freaking hell? Caitlin Clark, that's amazing. 5 out of the 8 points.
All-time leading scorer in women's college basketball.
Good for her.
Gotta get another look at. She said she wanted to get it from the logo. Caitlin Clark on a mission.
The most Caitlin Clark way to get a bucket.
What is nasty? That's just nasty right there. You know, like, oh, what the hell? Like, what a ridiculous basketball player. She just pulls up and just drops it from like 50, like 40. That was ridiculous right there. Got to give it to her. So, guys, what the hell is this? I didn't tip a pizzeria for our slices. Here's how they got revenge and why I'm never going back. A pizza needed the last laugh. Needed. See that little pun? An unsatisfied Salt Lake City area diner has incited a hometown backlash after griping online that a local pizzeria intentionally burnt their slices because they did not leave a tip. An anonymous Reddit user alleged that the parlor, which has customers sign credit card receipts with a tip line before getting their food, saw one of its workers behave maliciously when no gratuity was inscribed on the receipt. I signed and crossed out the tip line and wrote the total. No problem, I think. He lets the slices burn so badly he couldn't even give them to us. He had to start another set and burn those too. Wow. If there was any doubt about the worker's malice, the smirk he gave was pretty telling. Replied Alan Azam to one commentator of the Post and SLC-centric message board. Others defended the poorly treated patron's choice, saying their no tip notion was clearly justified by the end result. It's probably a good idea you didn't tip them considering the person was clearly bad at his job. Like, I would have eaten that. Right? I'd eat the freaking hell out of that. That looks like a good slice of pizza right there. I don't know. I think it's another intentional complaining, right? Like, tell me that's not a delicious looking slice right there. I mean, maybe it's because I'm starving right now and I haven't eaten yet this morning. That could very well be the reason why that a pizza looks delicious to me. I want to just grab it right now and just take a bite. Can you just grab a little bite of the pizza? You guys mind real quick? I mean, I probably shouldn't eat while I'm live. I get it. You guys don't want to sit there and watch me eat, but I'm taking a freaking bite, you know? Like, see, I'm thinking, you know, if I could just jump all over that pizza right now, I wouldn't be complaining. They burnt it. I like it burnt. You know, what do you want it? Like, oh, I want it to be loose. So I pick it up, it's floppy. You want a floppy pizza, lady?
But he was looking really malicious because he made my pizza floppy.
I'd be doing the opposite. I go in there and it's a floppy pizza, and it's not even crispy at all, and I go and I grab it, and the cheese falls off. It's all over my foot now. I wore flip-flops, and now all of a sudden I got third-degree burns, you know? And you want that. You want the one with the flopperoo. I want to get a crispy, I smack it on the table, it shatters in 80 pieces. You're cracking it into Triscuit pieces. You know, it's just like you cut the inside of your mouth. That's how crispy it is. But you get the flavor that way, you know? Guys, just one bite, you know? My goodness. Guys, I know I should move this pizza off the screen, right? Because I'm just starving right now. And I think look at her.
I don't like that pizza. It's too crispy. I want a flopperoo.
So when I go to take one bite, all the cheese falls off of it. That's what I want. And then I'll give you a good review. Twilight Zone. You know, guys, we're in it. I think we're in it. I don't know. Could be we're in it. I think we're in it. Oh, goodness. So I hope you enjoyed the news segment for the day. Joanne, what did you do? You know, I was there and then I'm not. Oh. Joanne. We seem to have fixed the camera issue, at least momentarily, while I use a battery instead of the AC-DC adapter deal thing that you get. You know, plug it in, and you know, and all of a sudden you're constantly working with power, except you have to push the button every 30 minutes. El gato! Guys, when you got an Elgato, you're the cat. You are the cat. Virginia, how are you? Oh my goodness. You could build a drum for from like a 55-gallon barrel. Yeah, you could. I think you could build a drum out of anything, actually. Now that I build drums or build the beat seat, I think you could build a drum out of anything. I remember I played a concert in Austin, Texas, and after the show, my drummer didn't have a drum kit. He didn't have a beat seat, didn't have a percussion drum, didn't even have a cajon or a djembe, anything like that. And we're back at the hotel we were staying at, and I met this group called Lower Level. They're a hip-hop group from Austin, Texas, Houston, Texas. And we freaking hit it off with these guys. These guys were amazing. And we did this jam. I got it somewhere. I got to find this jam where I recorded it. And I used to record everything on mini discs. So I've got all these mini discs with all these live recordings of different things, me noodling around, playing with different people. And with Lower Level, they freestyled over one of my riffs, and it was freaking ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I remember it being so good. And then I even tried to add a little at the end because I'm brave. But they were unreal. It was like the coolest live. I mean, this is like pre-anything. It's pre-internet, really. I mean, it wasn't, but it was. There wasn't YouTube Lives. You didn't have any of that. This is 2000 and... see, what year was that? It was about 2000, actually. Maybe about 1999 or 2000. That's where it was. And I filmed all of this stuff. No, it had to be a little later than that. Hold on a second. My band, my first album came out 5 days before 9/11. I was promised a college tour, a distribution deal, and all of it fell and burned up in flames. It's amazing everything in my life, how this has all worked out. I was promised this college tour across the country, distribution deal, time at a studio by winning a Battle of the Bands. Played the Battle of the Bands with these two guys. I never played music on a stage before with a full drum kit. For about 2 months before this Battle of the Bands, 25 bands in Norwalk Beach, we played at this place called Ground Zero. This is really weird. I was playing music at a place called Ground Zero in South Norwalk. Every week. I was on like every Friday. And Dave and Jay, my bassist and drummer, would join me. And Jay would play bass, but Dave would play a cajon, or it's called a djembe. A djembe is it's like this one circular thing. Why is my freaking feed getting destroyed right now? Dave was playing this djembe, which is one tone. You could hit the ends of it and get a little bit different, but it's one tone. And he's just learning my songs. So we go out to this Battle of the Bands. It's the first time I've ever heard him play the drums before. And everybody's telling me how great of a drummer he is. Oh, he's the best drummer in the world. Dave's the greatest drummer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, he sounds awesome on the djembe. Like, I love what we're doing in this little acoustic vibe thing. And so we go, and there's a video of this somewhere. I don't know where the hell it is. We go play the Battle of the Bands and pick 3 of my songs. Whisper, Mandolin Jam, and what was the last one? Dance Around. 3 awesome songs. And you only get 3 songs. So I went there, played 3 of my songs. We go out there and we start and played Dance Around. It was fire. All of a sudden I take out the mandolin. And guys, I never heard the drums before with my music. So the people that were there watching this show got to see me hear my own music for the very first time ever with a drum kit backing it up. Never heard it before. I've been playing as a solo artist for years until I met Dave and Jay, and we're doing this acoustic thing until this big Battle of the Bands. So we won the freaking Battle of the Bands. I mean, we blew that place apart. I was dancing all over that stage. The energy was freaking fire. So palpable. I mean, everywhere I could just feel every note, and I was floating on that stage. There's some pictures of it, but I'm pretty sure there's a video. There's definitely an audio recording somewhere as well. All these things are in boxes that I have to look and find. But the point was, when I heard the music and I heard the percussion and the drums amplifying the music, taking it from here to here, I was like, oh my goodness. So playing Ground Zero, win the Battle of the Bands. I go into the studio to record my first album 5 days before 9/11. And everything else fell apart after that, which is crazy. But still a pretty cool story. The fact that I got a chance to win that Battle of the Bands. The guy who was promising the tour, the distribution deal, etc., his name is Derek Sivers. He wound up having a company that was doing this here. It shut down because of 9/11, and he started a little company called CD Baby. I don't know if you've ever heard of CD Baby before, but it was very successful for years. He killed it. I think he eventually sold. It's still there. It's still running. I still have my album on there because this is what I got out of it. So I told them about 2 years later, I found out that he's running CD Baby. And I go, hey, I'm trying to reach Derek. I was promised a college tour, a distribution deal, get my music out there, and a tour around the country at different colleges. And that all fell apart because the production company fell apart because of 9/11. But can you let him know? Remember, hey, do you remember this Battle of the Bands? You promised blah, blah, blah. So it comes back and they go, yeah, no, we're going to offer you a 1 year free to CD Baby. So I went from getting a college tour, and a distribution deal to getting 1 year of distribution free on CD Baby. So this is the reality of the world. A lot of the things that you hope will happen in life only happen if timing works out. And if you don't have 9/11 5 days after you release your first album, and you don't have all the weird things in the world take place, like when you speak your mind at a time when you didn't think this would happen, you get put into a category of harmful. And especially when it's just comedy and satire, that's when it really becomes perplexing. But it is what has happened, my friends. So I hope you enjoyed that little side story. Just now remembering that Ground Zero, I was playing at Ground Zero every week, recorded the album, and 9/11, all that stuff, it's really eerie. Now I'm trying to remember about the dude who owned that place, Ground Zero. That seems like sketchy. But he had a place called Ground Zero, and like right then, there was an attack. I don't know. Let's see what we got here. I want to make sure I say goodbye to you guys. I'll be back later on. I don't know what's going on with the feed all of a sudden. It got weak. It got weak. Green Tea, how are you, my friend? Helen Gale Townsend, you are amazing. Hilly Billy, my brother. Guys, please sub to Hilly Billy if you haven't. Pamela Swan in the house. Renee Woods in the house. S. Coop in the house. Virginia in the house. I love it. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. If you're lurking right now, thank you for lurking and hanging out with us. I'll make sure to get the Rumble feed up later. I hope we can start shifting, at least subscribing over on the Rumble feed, so you guys can at least be a part of whatever happens. I don't know, I'm gonna keep going live here. I mean, nothing's changed. I just now know what we've always known. So it's not like I just stopped today because I'm demonetized. I've been demonetized since day one. Demonetizing me is by not letting my content be seen for 5 years. So it's like, this is just the final nail in the coffin to know what we've believed the entire time is absolutely what's happened. It's the truth. There's no other way to say, no, Mark, you're crazy, or there's no proof that you're suppressed. We have absolute proof now. When I've done everything right since these guidelines switched, for them to make this decision when I've done everything right, proves that I've always been considered harmful. So, harmful we shall be, I guess, to you dickheads here on YouTube. It's because you guys have no ability to laugh, and you don't understand that people should be able to just have conversation. That's not harmful. It's not harmful for someone to say how they feel or to read a news story. That is not harmful. It's not even harmful to sing songs and say how you feel in songs. It's not harmful to make comedy about different current events. They're current events. Comedy was always like, there was this expectation that there's going to be some comedian picking at the things of the day. In order to keep us sane, they want to take the sanity away and just fill you with insanity. I won't allow it. I'll be back, whether or not they continue to be dicks like I think they're going to be. That's why I do suggest Rumble it. Please consider supporting the show on Patreon. Patreon.com/MarkPires, Venmo, whatever else, CashApp. All of the links are actually now in the description. I'll start doing that so you guys know. There's no way to super chat me anymore if you like to support this show. They've taken that ability away. So, on Patreon, if you go and support, one thing you may have seen or may not have seen yet, I just uploaded Touch the Stars, which is such a great song. And I plan on bringing it up on YouTube and everywhere else sometime this week or next week. But for now, it is there for all of you supporters of this show on Patreon. So you can listen to it to your heart's content. You can listen to it 50 times and share it. I think you should be able to share it. I'm not sure. But it's up. It's uploaded. I just did it right before the show. Just as a thank you. I'm going to be putting it out for everybody as well. But I will start to drop new content to the people on Patreon first and then upload things to YouTube and other channels as well. So it's not like you're going to miss anything. Just there's going to be like a sneak peek thing with the people who are supporting the show on Patreon. So Lisa, you're awesome. Oh goodness. Thank you so much for being here. S-Coop, thank you for popping those links in there for me. And I don't expect ever anything from anybody. All I say is if you do have the urge to support me, those are the ways to do it, and thank you for doing that. It does help this show. I've been doing this 1,885 days in a row, and it's really only ever been you guys that have supported me in that manner that have made an effect anyway. So thank you for continuing to do that. It means a lot to me, and I hope that this daily live creation and positivity show means a lot to you, because I'll continue doing it. And I hope to see you later on. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Until then, Joanne, would you like to say goodbye? Joanne. You know, Joanne, oh my God. Guys, I'm sorry. I turned to talk to Joanne and it just slipped out. Go away now. Sometimes you got to take credit for your juniors, you know? Sometimes, not all the time. What's going on here? It's not working? Yeah, it's there. Until later. You got to go away, yeah. Yeah, guys, thank you. Please hit that Rumble link and subscribe. I'll be back there and here later on. We continue. 1,885 days in a row. Love you guys. Have a great day. You got to go away.